Is why I'm choosing to trellis this year, which is otherwise known as vertical farming. I'm really excited about it. I spent about, I don't know, $150 to $200 on all the cattle panel and the T-posts. I have about 5 rows of this, so a very decent amount and not as expensive as I fully first anticipated. Bless me. So I'm doing this for my tomatoes, my beans, my cucumbers, my eggplant, and my squash. So I'm doing this for a variety of different plants, and these are really the plants that can benefit from a trellis. Here's a few benefits to growing your crops this way, and here's why I would recommend. My chickens are in my cabbage. First benefit to growing in your garden this way is it prevents so much disease, especially something like tomatoes is super prone to disease, or even cucumbers or eggplant or squash that are sitting on the ground and getting the dirt and bugs are able to climb all over them so much more easy. And this will, allow a lot of airflow and allow for them to not be sitting on the ground, which I think is genius for preventing a lot of disease and just saving you a lot of hassle. Another really cool benefit to this is that it actually provides so much structural support for something like heavy tomatoes that are on your tomato plants. And so you will just basically weave your tomato plant through this, and as it grows up, it will obviously start blossoming and start producing tomatoes. And this will be a very efficient way to hold up your tomatoes instead of those dinky tomato cages. Don't get me started on those. Throw those out. Don't use those. Last year, they literally caused me so much trouble. It was a pain in the ass. So don't use those. Do something along the lines of a trellis, even if it's a Florida weave or short T-posts. I extended my garden this year, but I still had so many crops that I wanted to grow that I did want to conserve as much space as I could to plant as much crops as I possibly could. Now with that, if you're someone who's wanting to conserve space, trellising and growing vertical is for you. You will save so much space in your garden, and it will be so beneficial for you because you will be able to produce more crops and more food for you and your family while also not having as much space. So make sure that's something to really consider if you are thinking about starting a garden, but you're like, I don't have any space to do it. You can do it with growing vertical. There are so many ways in a small space to grow a lot of crops that are going to have such a good harvest because